What's up, everybody? It's your boy Pashalka the Nice y'all here with Master Cup Miners weeks number 7 here. I'm gonna put that on there, just give me a second. But we're here for week number 7 of the Master Cup Miners, and this is the narrowed down. We actually jumped up over to now 10th place in the rankings, so we really have jumped from being at the bottom of the barrel to up there. And also, sorry if you hear a noise in the background, it's my annoying little kitty that is constantly throwing around a bottle cap that just won't be quiet. But if you guys are excited, if you like it, if you haven't already, subscribe if you are new, join the Shocker crew today because you'll be feeling with the king of the crew. And with that being said, let's break down this matchup here. We are going against the Chancy's PC and Sushi, and this is a very tough matchup. Like, I don't kind of see myself winning this matchup. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, I'm also being, like, kind of straight up with this, too. So it's like I'm not trying to be against myself, but I just can't see myself winning this matchup. This matchup's too complicated, and it's just too tough of a matchup for my team. But shout out to Heracross, who's jumped down to number 5 on the leaderboards after, like, I think, like, what, 2 games we've used him in? Like, that's freaking incredible. Freaking incredible. And I'm really proud of ourselves for that. But looking at our opponent's team, he has got Hitmonlee, Charizard, Gastrodon, Manectric, Weezing, Pinurchin, Sceptile, Shiftry, Mr. Mime, and Scyther for his Z-Captains, though. He does have Manectric, which is only his offensive Z-Captain, and his Mr. Mime, which can use any Z move if it paired well. So, looking at this matchup, I don't think Cypher comes. If it's 2 flying types, I think Charizard matches my team better over Scyther. Mr. Mime, I don't think has that good of a matchup against my team. I don't think Mr. Mime doesn't beat a lot of things, and I feel like Mr. Mime is really kind of forced to give a role of either having to bring a Z move, or it's forced to be kind of just 4 attacks and not any type of a setup variation. Shiftry I don't think is going to come. It could possibly in case he needs something for Dusknoir, because otherwise he doesn't have anything for ghost types. But you never know. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. But Shiftry I don't think matches up well against my team. I just don't think it does too well. It could be coming though in case he needs something for Dusknoir. I don't know. I feel like it just depends on that. I do think Sceptile has a decent chance to show up as well. Sceptile being more like Unburden as well, but the problem is this is if I'm gonna turn the Burden bots, you gotta be kind of careful. You kind of more likely want to bring one over the other. Because here's the reason why. When you want to bring one over the other, it makes it a little more easier to predict and plan around what you think your opponent can try to go with. And just go from there. So, looking at his 6, I think his unburdened amount of choice is going to be Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee is really good against our team. I feel like Hitmonlee is maybe going to run the Electric Seed. If not, I can see him running definitely like White Herb with Curse. If that's the case, then he's Curse, Fighting Move, Dark Move, Fire Move. Now, the reason why I say Fire Move is because he needs that Fire Move for Heracross. Otherwise, Heracross just walls it. So that's going to be something very important to know right there. But if he's 4 attacks, then he's going to be those 3 moves, and then some other coverage move, I feel like, that I'm not going to know about. So, oh, excuse me. That I don't know about, so I can go from there. Charizard's a massive problem versus my team. It outspeeds pretty much about every single thing on my team except Scarpers, and it outspeeds. I'm pretty sure my fastest Mon is Rapidash at level 5 now, so it does outspeed my team there. So definitely something to note with that. Gastrodon 100% is coming, because I can't bring Thwackey this matchup. Thwacky's matchup is super bad here. It's just, even if I can predict, Thwackey gets walled by Charizard. Even if I got rock coverage, it gets walled. And I had to make the switch prediction. Weezing just literally walls me completely. And then I can't really beat his grass types unless I run U-turn, which means then or and stuff like that, So I don't know. Excuse me. Oh my god. Manectric Manetric, I think, comes pretty good. Manetric's decently good against my team. He's got the coverage to face my team on pretty strongly as well. Weezing has to come. Weezing Hardcore Walls several things on my team. It Hardcore Walls Heracross from its dual stab. And a Hardcore Walls Steelix completely. There's just so much that it's a struggle for my team to have to break through in trying to beating him. Weezing. And I think he's going to bring Pernician, because Pernician could actually be a spike Memento user. It could be setting hazards, which I've shown that I don't run heavy-duty boots, and I don't really show any signs of running removal, so I can see him definitely wanting to bring Pernician for hazard stacking. If he doesn't want to bring Toxic Spikes on Weezing instead of Blitz Debris. Excuse me, Pernician for that. So, let's go ahead and break down the team we're going to bring for this game. Kicking off here, we're going to kick it off with Scream here. Scream actually has a really, really good matchup here to just normal spam, which is really good. I wanted to be Silk Scarf this matchup, but we are going to run Modest, though. Modest lets me outspeed all of his bulk. Just because I know I can't outspeed certain things, I'm just going to be going for bulk plus offense in this matchup here. I am going to run the Soundproof ability. It's probably not going to matter, but if it, for some chance, does, it could work. I mean, Soundproof's not bad. Excuse me. Oh my god. We're running Boomer, Cyber Voice, Toxic, and Ice Beam. Ice Beam's really just there for, I guess it's flying type. I guess I don't really need Ice Beam. I'll probably think of a different fourth move. Probably, but Boomers and Hyper Voice I want to run because normal spam's really good. He really doesn't have a resist on normal spam, besides Mr. Mime, but then Mr. Mime's forced to run Soundproof, and that kind of makes Mr. Mime a little useless in my opinion. So definitely something to note there. But we were running 140 HP for bulk, 52 defense, 60 speed def, max special attack, modest nature, 1 hit from the Chopper Berry. Chopper Berry lets me take 1 hit from the Hitmonlee, and of course if it's not boosted. Boom Burst to hopefully knock that thing out. If not, I've already got chip damage on it. I can go ahead and set something up and go from there. Now, the reason why I do think Hitmonlee has to run knockoff is because of Dusknoir and my, oh god. By, Valerian Articuno. Now, he mostly is going to run it for Dusknoir, but I feel like the reason why he would maybe not run Electric Seed is because he can run Curse, those 3 attacks, and then just plow through my team. So, I really think it's good in that sense. So, definitely something to do with that. But, Toxic's really just there because there's a lot of his bulk that I just need to Toxic. I have to Toxic a lot of his bulk. If I don't Toxic his bulk, then there's going to be no way I can get around and trying to hurt him. So, definitely something to do with that. And plus, breaking down his bulk. Up next, finally coming back after, like, I don't know how many weeks since we last used it, is Valerian Articuno Shadows, which I'm actually kind of not been enjoying because we haven't just found good matchups for Shadow to come in this game. But this is one of those matchups where it's risky to bring it, especially when this man's got 2 electric types. But I think this is the kind of bring we need to go with this week. So we are running Air Slash Freeze Dry, Freezing Glare, Substitute, and Recover, 64 HP, max special attack, 192 speed. The speed lets me basically be faster than before Unburned Hitmonlee is a thing. I could have maybe ran no speed and just ran for modest plus bulk because of that, but there's a chance I can get this in. I was wanting to run Agility Recover and then probably run Modest and stuff, just because then I can be faster than Unburden and Hitmonlee, and I can pretty much just start clicking attacks, really. But then I'm more susceptible to being Toxic stalled or Recover stalled, so I figured I'd rather sit behind a sub and just chip team members down, and either force them to click Recover, or I get a free sub off again. So one of those things I can make happen going into the rest of the game. We are going to rock with the Wakam Berry, which is going to probably be a little risky to run over the Colder Berry, but I think the Wakam Berry actually fits better because he does have 2 electric types. This also lets me be able to stay in and take a hit from the Manetric, and I can actually deal some damage to potentially 2-hit KO that thing, especially if I have sub up. If I have sub up, I can 2-hit KO that thing, which is really, really good. I then just take and get rid of Manetric, because Manetric is definitely a problem because the coverage of Flamethrower is a thing. and it can beat my Steelix if it gets a free switching. So that's definitely gonna be something over there. If I don't see Manectric and instead I will see maybe something like Sceptile, then my item's kind of wasted, and then I'm gonna die to knockoff from Hitmonlee, which freaking sucks. But it's gonna be what it is. But I think the second still really work. Up next, the MVP of the team right now, and the mon I've actually been really loving it and definitely using effectively well. Heracross with Guts again this week. Now, this is a very unique Heracross set. This was a Heracross set I don't think a lot of people were probably expecting me to bring, or it's going to be what people think I'll bring. I am running sub 3 attacks Heracross with Flame Orb. Now, that makes absolutely no sense to do that. I understand that. However, this can invite Wheezing in, and once Wheezing's in, I Facade. Or if Charizard comes in as I click sub, I Rock Slide as I get my Guts boost. Boom! Charizard's gone. And that would be one last thing that can check Steelix, and then Steelix Earthquake spam is really good. And also my Fire spam with Rapidash opens up too, especially once Gastron's gone. But I'm getting into the nitty-gritty of the team members here. But with Heracross here, Heracross' job is literally just to try to chip down or break or get a couple of chaos. That's literally all I am doing with Heracross this game. It's just to whittle down his team. That is literally all I am going to do with Heracross. And I think Heracross can do that job effectively well this week. We're on 196 HP, 60 speed up for a bulk. I'm running a little more bulk for the speed up over the fizz depth just because the speed up is a little more important. And then max attack adamant just because I want to nuke something. I could have ran Moxie, but I don't think Moxie was really worth it in this matchup. I feel like Guts just gives me something that can hit incredibly harder, which is really good. Up next, we have Ghost Freak here, our Dusknoir with a spell tag this week because Ghost Spam is pretty much free against him. Again, unless he's really worried about some other things, he can bring Shiftry. I don't think he brings Shiftry. I really don't think he brings it. But we're in Trick Room, Poltergeist, Toxic, and Shadow Punch. Like I said, Toxic, I want to whittle down that team. I want to cancel out his Rocky Helmet users. And I also want to stop things like Gastro from just being able to recover spam on me. So I really wanted to do that. But we're running Poltergeist plus Shadow Punch because Poltergeist doesn't have enough PP, so I have to run an extra coverage move for Ghost Stab. And that's where Shadow Punch comes in. So we're running max HP, 148 attack, Adamant Nature, 96 in defense, and 12 in speed. Yeah. With the frisk, obviously, so I can tell which is going to be, obviously, the items and stuff like that. So definitely going something with that. Up next, we have Spirit here, obviously with the Power Herb, with Solar Beam, Flare Blade, Swarming Sun, and Wild Charge. Unless that Gastron is max in defense and HP. Flare Blitz into Solar Beam could not possibly knock it out. But if it's Rocky Helmet, then I'm pretty positive we can get a good roll. Now, if we get a burn, however, and it's Rocky Helmet, then it's in range of Solar Beam, which is really, really good. Now, I do have to be very, very careful about clicking Solar Beam because I only get one free shot again. So the goal is to just maybe click Flare Blitz or Wild Charge against anything on this field that can seem like a threat to me, and then just go from there. Now, we could speed tie with Manectric, but I'd rather not to speed tie with Manectric because I didn't really think it was. And I also double check Manectric's speed, but I'm pretty sure Manectric's speed's base 105. Let me just double check. Manectric is 339. Yep, see, and Rapidash is right here, 339, so it was a speed tie. So I bother going speed over Charizard, just so in case Charizard is trying to be like a Dragon in set, I can be faster than Charizard before it sets it up. That's why I do have Wild Charge. I wish this thing got rock coverage, but it does not. But Wild Charge is there just for Charizard, and Flare Blitz into Wild Charge always knocks out Charizard. More Instant is reliable recovery, and just Flare Blitz spam in this matchup is looking really, really good. I could see Rapidash really being a good breaker this matchup as well. I did put 40 in bulk in Rapidash just to give me a tiny bit of defense, but ultimately I felt like this was the best way to go around it with having Rapidash, so definitely something goes. And last but not least, we're bringing Diamond here with a very interesting set this week. With Rockhead this week, it's Sturdy. I don't think Sturdy is really going to be necessary in this matchup since there's going to be so many coverage of Flamethrower and stuff. Okaberry was really a weird break. I understand that, but what I could actually change this up to is I could be faster than I think Wheezing. That actually could provide some good intel right there, actually. So I might change this to we're faster than Wheezing. I might change that. let's see. I remember correctly, I think Weezing's like 156. Could outspeed that. I'll look into that, but right now we'll just keep it as is. But we're running Toxic, Head Smash, Earthquake, and Double Edge with Rock Head. Double Edge lets me hit Gastrodon for some damage, which is really good. Head Smash lets me hit a lot of things, like Levitators, and his Charizard on a switch in, and just nuke that thing. And Earthquake Spam obviously is there because of Earthquake Spam. But I felt like this was a really good Steelix set. Again, I might think about running Jolly just to outspeed Weezing for this damage point, but that means I gotta run max attack, which I would probably be fine with. But who knows? But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. Join the Pro Soccer crew today. This is gonna be an extremely tough matchup for us to try to win here. But I'm gonna hopefully try and do our best to win this matchup for us because for one, it would give us a really big push for the playoffs for the top half versus the bottom half. But thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.